Hey, my good friends, I am Tasha. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. It's been a lot going on in the world today. Oh my goodness. It's a lot to process. It's a lot to take in. It's a lot to unpack. It really can become overwhelming just watching the many things that are going on in the world today. But I want to thank all of the people that are out protesting, that are out allowing their voice to be heard, just the different diverse groups, the ones that we see, the diverse ages, the diverse racial groups, the diverse SES status, the different religion. I just want to thank you guys for joining in to help us, the Black community, fight this cause. Thank you so much for demonstrating your stand against social injustice. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'm so proud of seeing my Tallahassee family just get out and protest and standing up for what's right. Just speaking up, just being involved in community issues, being involved in national issues, just really being involved, because it shows how we are growing as a community, how we are widening our awareness, our worldview. It shows how we are really growing as a people. And I'm so proud of that. I'm really proud of that. And for me, I started becoming woke or conscious when I went to HBCU, the #1 FAMU. Woohoo! So shout out to all my rattlers out there. But it was an experience for me that I had not experienced, as far as really learning about our culture, learning who we are, learning the different dynamics of who we are. Yes, we learn about our culture, about our history to a certain degree within the public school system. But when you attend an HBCU, they really open your eyes up to let you know who you are, what your history is, how to improve, how to reach back and help others that look like you. And I'm so grateful for that. It was during that time that I really became something like an activist, I would say, just on a smaller level, on a local level within my community. It was something that I became really passionate about. And my first protest was with Martin Lee Anderson, when he was killed by the correction officers at the detention center that he was at. Happened somewhere in Panama City or over that way. They really beat him to death. And so that was a time that I wanted to stand up for my community. And at the same time, I was actually attending FAMU as a political science major. So being able to know what's going on, knowing how to process it at that time, because I was actually learning about the political process, just learning how things work in a way that I had not learned before. Yes, my family voted. Yes, they did those things that they were supposed to do. But as far as taking it to another level of not only learning, but being involved, being engaged, making a difference, being an advocate for issues, for social injustices, for things that oppressed us as Black people. So that's something that I wanted to do. So as I began to learn and gain that upward mobility, I wanted to reach back to my community and say, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? And also at that time, I was a hairstylist. So I was like, you know what? Because I know a little bit about how this political process works, let me call up to the supervisor of elections office and let me see how I can get my people involved in the voting process. Let's see how I can explain to my people how things work. So I called just randomly out of the blue, just called one day, hey, what do I need to do to get people registered to vote? She explained the process to me. She said, just come up, we'll give you the forms, we'll show you what to do. So I was like, okay, cool. I started getting that fire. I just started getting hungry, like, okay, I'm gonna do this. Like, I'm gonna really, really immerse myself into this, because I was feeling it. I was there. So I went and got the forms. She explained everything to me. So I said, okay, so what I'll do for my customers, because I was a hairstylist, so for my customers that weren't registered to vote, if they registered with me to vote, I would give them 15% off of their hairdo. And anybody else, I did flyers with 15% off their hairdo if they came to me and registered to vote. So it was a win-win, because I was also helping myself from an economic standpoint of being able to provide food for my family, but I was also doing good for the community of explaining the process, explaining what different things mean, explaining what the parties are. Like things that you would think that people know, they don't. And that's dangerous, because when they don't know, they don't get involved, because for one, they have a fear of being judged. Oh, if I don't know what a Republican stand for, if I don't know what a Democrat stand for, and if I ask somebody, they're going to think I'm stupid. They're going to think I'm dumb. And my thing is, you have to be really careful when you start judging people for stuff. I mean, just show a little compassion. Not all of us know everything. We don't. I had to learn myself too. But you have to reach back into your community and pull the ones up that don't know. Don't call your cousin up and say, hey, this girl don't even know this, or this dude don't even know that. Don't do that. Don't do your community members like that. No, you can't do that. Reach back, bring them up, teach them what you know, pull them under your wing. And I was fortunate enough that I had people to pull me under their wing, because they saw that fire in me that I had. And that's what made it so fortunate for me that I can be able to participate in stuff. When Obama in 2008, when Obama was going at it, I did the grassroots mobilization. I went to the homes explaining. I did the calling explaining. And you got to do something in your community as well. It doesn't have to be something that's glamorized where everybody see you doing it. It could be something behind the scene, behind closed doors, something where you are building your community up. And I use my platforms to do that. When I'm on Facebook, when I'm on YouTube doing these videos, I'm always doing something uplifting, inspiring. How can I build my community up? How can I teach somebody something? Like what else can I learn so that I can share with my community? And that's how you should be too. That's how all of us should be. We got to stick together. We have to stick together as a race, as a community, so we can pull ourselves out of this generational mentality that we're so used to having. We have to stop that. We got to do better for our offspring. We have to do better. We have to teach them better. And the other thing that I want to say, for those that are out there peacefully protesting, thank you. God be with you. And we must remember that we cannot grow weary in well-doing. We have to stick to it. Galatians 6:9 tells us to not grow weary in well-doing. You stay in the fight. You stay in there until you get the results you want to see. Don't give up. Don't say, what am I doing this for? Don't do that. You know how many people have done that? And we're still where we are. Let's rise up as a community, as a race. Come on, guys. Let's do it. It's frustrating to see people do that. Like they feel like, oh, my one vote not going to count. Oh, my absent body from a protest is not going to count. I mean, if you're able-bodied and if you're there mentally and you want to see change, mingle among the people. You don't know who you will meet at the protest that can empower you, that can inspire you, that can bring those talents and gifts out of you that were laying dormant that you didn't even know were there. Get involved in some degree, some dimension. Get in there. Get in there. You know the song that tells us to get in there. Get in there. Get in the fight. Get in the race. I'm telling you, that can really build you up and pump you up to say, you know what, this feels good. This is me. That's how you find your passion. That's how you find what you were born to do. Get in there. Don't lay around dormant and just hope everybody else do it for you. No, you do it. You have a responsibility to do it. Get out there and do it. Get out there, vote. Come on now. I've seen the people in Tallahassee, in my hometown, that were fighting to get felons the right to vote. Let's just back off the excuses of not wanting to be involved in stuff because you don't know how it works. Be proactive. Get in there. Make it work. Let it do what it do. You get up in there. Because I'm telling you, somebody may need the story that you have to share. If you've been incarcerated, if you've been, whatever happened in your life, I'm sure somebody can use that story. There's value in your story, but you can't be embarrassed to share your story. Somebody needs to hear it. It may be the answer to somebody's prayer, but you don't know it because you're afraid to put it out there. Put it out there. Own your story. Be you. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't look to your left and look to your right, and if they're not moving, you're not moving. No, you got to be a leader. You got to stand out. And it's all of us at some point were afraid to be a leader or to stand out. But you got to do it. You have to do it. You got to find your strength in Christ. For all my believers, you got to find it. And as I was saying, for the ones that are out there peacefully protesting, thank you. Continue to protest. Don't stop. Don't give up. Continue to do it. Stay involved. Attend those town hall meetings. Attend those city and county commission meetings. Attend those. And it's okay to be angry. You can be angry. The Bible tells us that we can be angry. Ephesians 4:26, I believe, tells us to be angry and sin not. So it's okay if you want to express your voice. It's your amendment. It's your First Amendment right. Freedom of speech. Freedom to assembly. Protest. Speak. Get it out there. Make those signs. Say what's on your heart. Get involved. Do something. It's okay to do that. It's okay to get hyped up. So a lot of those protesters that I've seen too, I see a lot of displaced anger among the protesters. They're just mad. They're just mad. And I get it. I was mad too. I couldn't even do a video. I was like, I need to process. I need to process because it's overwhelming. I needed to get myself right and say, okay, God, tell me what to say. Place it in my heart. Give me the right words to say. Speak through me. Because I know somebody's out there is hanging on to the words that I say. And I am responsible for what comes out of my mouth. And the things that come out of my mouth, I want it to be approved by God. I want it to be something that God wants me to say. So when you hear me speak, I'm going to uplift him. I'm going to. The major part of me is my spirituality. That's who I am. And I love it. I enjoy it. And when I'm not feeling close to Christ, it's a different feeling where it's like a tree planted not near water or not near sunlight. It's like I know that I'm not getting my nutrients. So we have to learn how to immerse ourselves, get involved in community issues. At the same time, we have to use our higher calling, our higher power as our source. And you may not be Christian, and that's okay. Whatever religion you have, whoever, it could be Allah, you can be Buddhist, it doesn't matter. Whoever you pray to, make sure that when you're praying to them, that you're asking them to keep you grounded in the tenets, in the word, and whatever it is, it's your choice. But just make sure that you're not bottling up this anger and displaying it and displacing it onto somebody's property, onto another person. You're accountable for your actions, and you're accountable for your words too. So make sure that we express compassion to one another. And that's a thing. Something that I am studying, something that I am working on. I would like to be more compassionate. Because how often do we just want to snap and go off on somebody? I want to do it a lot too. And I have to remember, okay, God, you wouldn't like that I do that. So how can I be compassionate? And when I do something that's not of God, and when I repent, I say, okay, God, Please forgive me, but show me what I need to do. But be gentle, because I don't want to feel the wrath of God. And I know you don't want to feel it either, because you don't want to do that. That's a different kind of consequence there. He know where to get you at, and I don't want to experience that. So let's show compassion to one another. Let's do that. And like I said before, thank you to all the other racial groups that have stepped in with the Black community, joined in on our calls. Thank you for feeling our anger. Thank you for feeling our pain. We appreciate that, because racism is embedded in the fabric of this nation, of this world. It's been there. It's nothing new. It's been there. And it's learned behavior. It's learned. And it's passed down throughout the generations. And I'm hoping and praying that these other racial groups can look at themselves in the mirror and say, you know what? I was taught this as a child by my parents, by my great grandparents, or by my grandparents, my mother's mother's mother, my father's father's fathers. It has been passed down. It has been instilled, but I'm praying that you raise your level of awareness of the prejudices that you have towards others that don't look like you, that don't talk like you. And I'm so thankful for the ones that are able to do that, that they can look in the mirror and say, is this me? This is what I've been doing. I need to change that. Because you cannot call yourself a Christian. You cannot call yourself any other religion or ascribe to any other and have hate in your heart. But especially, my fellow Christians, when Christ represents love. No, you're not a Christian. You're not following what God wants us to do. You need a self-assessment. You need a self-reflection. You need to raise your awareness, because God don't teach hate. He's all about love. That's who he is. And when he describes himself, he said, I am. I am the way, the truth, and the life. Come on. So for the ones that need that reality check, go in your private closet and do it. Please do it. We need you. We need you. We need you to use the privilege that you have had and used throughout the years. And I know some of my counterparts are not ready to accept that they have had white privilege. But you have. So please do that self-assessment and be real and be honest, because sometimes we can be blinded. And we can be blinded, because blindness don't just happen in the eyes. It happens in your heart. Clear that heart out and repent and ask God, show you yourself. Let him show you yourself so that you can get that hate out of your heart. Please do that. It's over time. It is past due. It is time for you to do that. Because harboring that hatred for someone that doesn't look like you, ooh, that got to be a horrible feeling. That every time you cringe at somebody that doesn't look like you, or every time an application that comes across your desk that has Black or African American or anybody of color, that you have to use your energy to deny it and, just get that anger and hatred in your heart. It takes a lot of energy. Don't weaken your immune system with all that hatred in your heart. Come on. But thank you for those that are taking a stand. I've seen so many white people to stand up and to say that Black lives matter. Thank you. So I'm talking to the ones that are not ready yet to hear it. I'm talking to the ones that keep denying that they have the white privilege. I'm talking to the ones that want to keep saying all lives matter. Well, we know that all lives matter because we wouldn't have to tell you that Black lives matter. So we know it don't matter. So do that self-evaluation, that self-check, and join us on our team. We are some really great people. We are smart, intelligent, beautiful. Look at our skin. I mean, we are beautiful people. We are funny people. We are fun and loving. We are people that just naturally loving. Naturally loving. You really would enjoy us. Get that hatred out of your heart, please. You're not going to make it into the kingdom with that hatred in your heart. You're not. So do it for yourself, please. This video is getting a little long. I didn't touch on the points that I really want to talk about, but hey, I asked God to use my words to educate, to inform, to uplift him, to share his word. Whatever he wanted to do within me, do it. Thank you all for watching. We're at 20 minutes now. Thank you. Thank you for watching me this far. And if you cut it off at the first, 10 minutes, my bad. I'll make it a little shorter, but thank you. I appreciate it. But I want to say, y'all, stay in the fight. Don't grow weary. Wait for that change. Come on. Stay in it. Be angry, but sin not. That's what his word says. So, guys, please like and share the video. Subscribe to my channel. And be easy and be well. Thank you. Get involved with your community. I'm Tasha Ford. Subscribe to my channel. And you all have a good night.